All right, welcome back. Welcome back. We are now going to react to an SMB Capital video, maybe learn something new together with you and me over here. Hold up, let me boost this volume to the max so you guys can hear it. I will also turn on subtitles for you guys. And we're going to watch it. We're going to learn some new things and hopefully expand our trading knowledge, ladies and gentlemen. What is this again? So this video is what is it? How to swing trade stocks like a prop trader. Let's go find out.
Traders, I'm excited to share several new ideas with you today, all of which I believe could have significant directional moves. But just before I do that, I wanted to share a trade that I took last week with you because I think there's a lot that could be learned from it. So you'll remember last week that one of my top ideas was a breakout long in Tesla, and it's actually on my list again this week.
Okay. So yeah, see, he was talking about the breakout long in Tesla. What is this? Prior day low momentum short breakout. He got short, covered, got short again, added on the short, add back earlier covers. So he added these earlier covers back, key daily breakout, took more on that breakout, and then cover. This was on the short side, right around 234. So 234 breakout. Look at that. Perfect breakout, right? Double bottom breakout. You get filled right into the downside. You get paid for your entry. You add a little bit more thinking that it's going to continue to the downside. Doesn't really continue. Your stop is somewhere up here. That stop never really triggers. After showing you a false breakout to the north side and then coming back down, breaking that trend line, you're adding back your coverage you originally added. You're waiting for another key level breakdown, which was at 232. On that key level breakdown, you add more to that, and then you're just profit city all the way to the downside. Beautiful trade. I think here's what I do wrong that I'm understanding from my manager recently, and also by looking at charts like this. If I was short here, I would have taken profits. I probably would not have added back, which is a mistake, but I'm changing that right now. These days I am. You saw me do that with Dollar General today, where after I took profits, I got my size that I got out back, and then I would have taken my profits right here. But notice how no profits were taken because he's playing for the breakout. He's playing for the breakout. So why take profits over here and waste money? Taking profits over here is wasting money, which is what I would do. Instead, when you are playing for the breakout, you just hold that trade, add to your breakout, and then you take that profits where you actually meant to take profits. I would have probably been out over here and called myself a woohoo, I'm an absolute legend, but no, you didn't trade it properly. You took the trade like a swing trade. You took the trade like a breakout trade, but you scalped it like a scalp trade, which is why most of my trades end up being a small winner compared to a big winner as they are supposed to be. I'm kind of understanding the theory behind this more and more as my manager kind of hammers that idea into my head. So yeah, that's the idea behind it. Understand what you're playing for. You're playing for the breakout. You got the breakout, cover. Then you're playing for another breakout, which is working. Another breakout, which is working. So no need to cover there.
But while that idea gained momentum during the last 2 days of last week on the long side, and I made money on the long, I also went short the stock on Wednesday and profited. Now, here's the lesson that I wanted to share with all of you. Now, as I mentioned last week, during the watch list, the long idea I believe was a bit crowded, and that made me hesitate for a long, working out very seamlessly and just easily. But I kept it on my list because from a technical point of view, I really liked the setup. But by remaining open-minded and flexible, I could use that information gathered from the breakout idea, and specifically the idea not triggering, all right, so not breaking above that key resistance level to get long, trapping eager some early longs that were predicting rather than reacting, key levels, potential stop zones, and areas of intraday influxes, injections of supply, all right, from people being stopped out and having to sell their positions to go short for a momentum long. So here's the trade that I took last week, which really explains all of this in greater detail and from a visual perspective. So I got short at the prior day low for a momentum short breakdown, really as the first entry in this position, and to test it out. It worked very nicely. I took my momentum covers, left on a small piece, and added a very small amount just to remain in the position. As it bounced, I noticed that support had now turned into resistance, and once we broke this small bearish wedge pattern, I looked to add back my earlier covers. What I took.
That's what I said earlier.
Added that back. My stop was now placed above this high. So keeping it momentum in terms of using lower highs as my area in which I'm wrong, and therefore my stop is placed. The next area of interest was the 232 key level of support on the daily chart. We traded seamlessly down into that level. I never took any covers because I was looking to add if we broke down, which we did at 232. So I added twice. I got to full size, and then from there onwards, I just had systematically I was covering on weakness. So basically, I had small bids incrementally. Every certain amount in which the stock traded low, I was covering a very small portion systematically of my position, and I got completely flat once I
want to know what that system is. I want to know what that systematic profit taking is, because that's something I'm also lacking on.
That was this trend break right here, and that was on this candle around 11:30. You can see that we broke this extreme downtrend. We had a bit of a volume spike and a candle which engulfed the last 5 or 6 minutes or so. And so for me, that was the reason to exit my trade, in which I took my size off there after systematically covering there. So this is a really good example of a momentum trade. Originally, I wanted to go long. I had a plan to go long, however, it didn't trigger, and therefore I didn't go long, all right? Instead, I went short because I recognized that the longs who did not wait for confirmation were potentially stuck in the trade, and support was about to give way, providing a really good opportunity for momentum short. Now, the following day, I actually did a similar trade in Tesla, but that was to the long side. And Tesla now, I believe, is actually set up better than it was last week on the long side for a swing long. So let's move straight on to some fresh ideas for the week. And as I just mentioned, Tesla is my main idea in terms of my swing ideas for the week, because after a very quick move lower, below support, below 232s, and running some stops, shaking the tree, as they say, it's now reclaimed all of its key moving averages, and it's held above the consolidation's resistance, above this 247.
What are these key moving averages you talk about?
Above 250 and above this downtrend resistance. So everything looks pretty
50
good
minute
Tesla for
and the 5 minute
upside, as they say, from a failed move.
Looks like the 5 minute EMA and the 15 minute EMA.
So let's see. So I'm looking for dips, higher lows, and
50 SMA and the 5 SMA.
For a long entry, and I'll place my stop.
I don't know what the hell he's looking at, but okay.
And I'm targeting move towards 260, first target to take off a little bit of size to lock in some profits, and then I'll discretionarily leave some on for third and a bit of a loftier target around 270. I'm going to trail my stop using the hourly time frame and higher lows. As you know, that is how I like to usually do it. And apart from Tesla, some other backburner ideas, these ideas that I've set alerts for the upcoming week. And if price triggers, if volume triggers, then I'll have my eyes more actively watching the stock and price action. But the first one will be in UPST.
Okay.
Upstart I like because it's put in an impressive inside day on Friday. Obviously,
we talked about that. Had an inside day today too.
Usually high short interest in the name. So it is setting up for potential continued momentum and a break higher.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Friday's high.
What's that? 48
to 50. So I have some alerts set for the.
Oh no, 48 was today. 46. 45, 46 was Friday's high.
I'll be looking for some momentum longs and a potential swing long towards 50. Quad C.
So he basically took that trade that we were looking at today on Affirm. Sorry, not on Affirm, on UPST, which is above that move above. This is today's move. This is 15 minute. So let's go to the 5 minute. This was the move he's talking about. So taking out the Friday's high, which is, where's Friday? This is Thursday, this is Friday. Taking out Friday's high, taking out Thursday's high, above 47, above 46.50, giving it that room to $50 or so. It actually went up to $48, but I think he's still swinging it, right? And if he's swinging it, his stop is under this area, in my opinion, and he's looking to possibly still hold this. It broke out, came back, still held it, reclaimed most of its moving averages still, and it's still above it. So in my opinion, UPST still has some room to the north side. That's what we have in our notes too. Bullish above 43.50, bullish above 44. So as long as we still keep holding 44, bullish, and if we keep getting back above 48, 45, 46s, also all very bullish in my opinion on UPST, which is what homeboy here is talking about. And now he's moving on to C4 Therapeutics. This is not my forte. I don't know what to do with the small caps at all. So let's watch and see if we can learn something from here.
Exceptional mover on volume, exceptional price surge last week on what could be potentially fundamentally changing news. It remains to be seen in the long run. But in the short term, it definitely appears to be on the backside for now. And therefore, I have some alerts set for pops into 550, up into 6, and to see if this can put in intraday a failed move higher, to be able to get short and target a move back down towards Friday's low and into the mid 4s. And then lastly, last week and the previous week, we saw a number of
What the hell is
pumps
this?
get liquidated. GGHG was
Oh,
one,
small cap
MSS
pump and
was another
dumps.
from Friday. So a couple of the ones that are last standing for me that I'll be keeping an eye on is EJH, which
Pump and
is
dumps.
one that could potentially be liquidated
Dump
in
and
coming days
pumps.
or weeks, and ZJYL is another one. And so I just have some alerts in price and volume alerts set for these names, because once volume comes in, once price confirms, then they could definitely have some wild moves lower. Guys, that is it for me for this week.
No, give me
And I
more.
hope you all have a brilliant week. Good luck, and
Thank
I will
you.
see you next week.
I will see you
Second
next week
active
too, bro.
trader, Not doing as well as you want.
You're right.
Not doing as well as you deserve.
Right.
You just can't figure out why. You can't become profitable no matter how hard you try.
I can and I
Let me
can't.
show you why.
Okay.
This is your competition.
No way.
The traders in this room. This room right here is full
Oh.
of elite traders. Some of them.
Well,
are
that guy looks like a loser.
and even eighth.
That guy looks like
In
a.
fact, our top guys.
His time's coming to an
20
end.
million each in net trading profits in a single year.
Damn,
Let's
okay.
head to my office so I can share more.
Yo,
You're
I'm in Bella's
probably
office.
Seeing videos.
I'm
of
in Bella's
lavish
office.
Trader lifestyles.
All right, this is
Trading
all
deals,
just an
trading
advertisement for
laptop
those
for
of
an
you
hour.
don't know.
They have
SMB
15
Capital
minutes.
hosts university course that they do. You can sign up to it on SMB Capital's website. Go check them out. SMB Capital YouTube channel, the best YouTube channel out there for day traders, swing traders, prop traders, any type of trader. If you are a trader or looking to be a trader, wanting to learn, that's where you go. SMB Capital has taught almost every single trader on the old Day Trade the World floor that I was on, and it is also the Bible for the current Day Trade the World floor that I am on. Almost any big trader that I have seen backs up SMB Capital. I would vouch and I would urge every single one of you, if you have not heard of this channel, go find out, go click subscribe, go listen to this stuff. Hands down the best educational tools out there on YouTube. SMB Capital.